Hello friends! In this video, you'll see how have the actors of the movies Best of the Best 1989 and Best of the Best 2 1993 changed. You'll know their real names and age. I will show you how they looked then and what's with them now in 2022. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Let's go! Tommy Lee is fluent in martial arts and even organized his own school to teach this art to others. He doesn't tolerate conflicts and inspires his students that they shouldn't use the skills they have gained to harm. Knows when to stop. He was played by Philip Reed. Travis Brickley, Chris Penn, is a cowboy who came to the tournament to demonstrate his martial arts skills. He likes to be smart and can often be seen chewing on something which causes him to have a bit of extra weight around his stomach. Virgil Keller, John Dye, is one of the fighters who was invited to take part in the mixed martial arts tournament. He has a rather calm nature, a good intellect, and generally shows friendliness to many participants. He wears round-brimmed glasses and is a Buddhist. Frank Cuso is in charge of coaching and selects suitable participants whom he can take under his leadership and prepare for the tournament. He has an observant mind but also has a rather tough and non-compassionate nature. The role is performed by James Earl Jones. Se-Jin Kwon, James Liu, is a member of the South Korean national team and is one of the participants who has honored to participate in the international tournament. The technique of his fight, like many other members of the team, is distinguished by the cruelty of striking. Dae-Hoon Park Simon Ri is a Korean fighter with a rather violent fighting style. He often uses illegal techniques in competitions, and through his fault other fighters received quite serious injuries and even died. Has the courage to apologize and admit his mistakes. Mrs. Grady, Louise Fletcher, is the mother of Alex. She is a caring woman who treats her family with warmth and helps Alex cope with his son. She isn't devoid of understanding, but still she is very worried about her son's health and considers his desires. Don Patterson works alongside Catherine Wade as Cuz's primary assistant coach and often processes the required data on the computer. He looks neat, dresses mostly in a business suit, and wears glasses because of his poor eyesight. He was portrayed by Tom Everett. Jennings is one of the members of the board that organizes the mixed martial arts tournament. His main task is to represent the interests of the council and convey to the coaches all the changes and amendments regarding their work. The role was played by John P. Ryan. Stan works at the same factory as Alex, with whom they get along quite well, and he even became his son's godfather. He has a kind nature and is really interested in how his godson is doing. Wears a small mustache. The role was performed by Edward Bunker. Bird, Kane Hodder, is a regular at the local bar who often spends his evenings playing billiards. He will not tolerate the fact that his girlfriend is taken away from him and can beat his opponent in revenge. He is somewhat unrestrained and often gets into fights. Alex Grady, Eric Roberts, works at a car factory, but before the injury he was professionally engaged in martial arts. He is a positive person for whom the family has a special role and he is ready for a lot of that, but martial arts are also significant for him. Brackus, Ralph Moeller, is a champion of the Colosseum. He is respected and feared by many. He is accustomed to often travel by helicopter and is also often accompanied by several guards. Brackus is a confident man and is used to having everyone follow the rules he sets. Weldon, Wayne Newton, works for Mr. Brackus at the Colosseum Fight Club. His task is to announce in a favorable light the applicants for the fight. He usually appears in public in a suit with a red flower pinned to his jacket. Knows how to ignite the audience and is confident. Greta is Breaker's girlfriend. She's a beautiful and self-confident woman who knows how to present herself perfectly and interest a man. Greta is accustomed to being in posh surroundings and doesn't care a bit about Breaker's brutality. Played by Claire Stansfield. James, Sonny Landham, is the son of Tommy's grandmother. Has a significant alcohol addiction, but in a difficult situation, he undertook to teach Tommy and Alex. He has excellent fighting skills, good willpower, and is able to sacrifice himself to save his family. Sue McCauley is a sportcaster and Alex's love interest. She is understanding and knows how to support in a difficult moment, if necessary, and find the right words for encouragement. She has a good disposition, but she puts work first. She was played by Meg Foster. Dahan is a professional fighter from Korea. He shows wisdom and respect for his friends and can really empathize sincerely. Dahan will always help his friends. There is a distinctive feature, a black-eyed patch on the left side. They are always played by Simon Rhee. Stavros, Stefanos Miltsakakis, is one of the assassins working for the owner of the Colosseum. He thoughtlessly follows instructions and doesn't care that he will have to kill children or old people in the process. Stavros is an insensitive person who enjoys his work. Gus Mike Genovese is one of the hired workers in the Colosseum who appears on the First Order of Weldon. He tends to be witty and his main duty is to resolve any conflicts as ordered by his superiors. Gus usually wears a suit and wears a black cowboy hat and mustache. Travis Brickley, Chris Penn, is a good fighter who, after participating in an international martial arts tournament, decided to stop at private fights and often appeared at the Colosseum Fight Club. He is somewhat opinionated and sometimes cannot keep his mouth shut. Sikh Humor is one of the many visitors to the Colosseum. He has a fairly stout build and dresses in cowboy attire, prefers to smoke cigars and drink beer. He likes to joke, but not everyone understands his sense of humor. The role is performed by Nicholas Worth. Tommy Lee is a good friend of Travis and Alex. Together with Grady, he does what he loves and teaches children martial arts. He is a good mentor and devoted friend who is ready to do anything to save his family and avenge his friend. The role was played by Philip Rhee. Backdoor man Kane Hodder works at the Colosseum, a private fight club. His duties include controlling the back entrance to the institution. He performs his duties well, but his people can bribe him. He can be seen by his yellow jacket and also wears a small beard. Catherine Wade is the second assistant coach to Frank Causa. She mainly specializes in sports medicine and also focuses on psychology in her work and tries to spiritually support the participants. She looks like a cute girl and has blonde hair. Played by Sally Kirkland. Alex Grady, after winning the tournament, did what he loved and began to teach martial arts for children along with his friend Tommy. He is used to seeking justice, always tried to help a friend and sincerely rejoices at the success of his son. Played by Eric Roberts. Finch is one of the Breakers' employees. He mostly hangs around Weldon or at the entrances of the Colosseum Clubhouse. Finch is observant and a man of few words who is accustomed to clearly follow instructions given to him. The role was performed by Patrick Kilpatrick. Thank you for watching. If you liked this video, please share it on social networks, like it, and of course subscribe to the channel.